Hey guys, Coach Rach here. This podcast is intended to inspire, educate, and support you on your health and fitness journey. I am not a medical doctor and cannot give any professional medical advice. If you are suffering from any kind of medical condition, whether it's mental or physical, please seek help from a qualified health practitioner. Welcome to the Diet Starts Never podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Nigro, aka Coach Rach. This podcast will teach you how to live your healthiest life in and out of the gym and put yourself first again. Oh, and we get long-lasting results here. I've made it my mission to help my clients ditch the diet mentality and heal their relationship with food and themselves. After transforming hundreds of bodies and minds, it's your turn. Are you ready? Hello and welcome back to another episode of Diet Starts Never. This is the episode you guys have all been waiting for, Meal Prepping 101. Y'all, I am sick of hearing it. I don't have time to meal prep. I don't know what to make. I'm a bad cook. I don't like eating the same thing every single day. And I'm gonna keep it real. That is absolute bullshit. And I'm calling you out on it because these are just excuses that are literally holding you back from reaching your long-term goal. So I can promise you right now, you are overthinking it. You do not need a fancy recipe to make food taste good, and you do not need a recipe to follow in general to meal prep. You can literally just throw a whole bunch of things together, and that's exactly what I do. But the key to successfully reaching your fat loss goal is planning ahead. You cannot plan ahead if you don't meal prep. So planning ahead for success looks like this: food shopping, meal prepping, creating a menu for the week, pre-tracking and planning for the week, bringing those meals with you when necessary, and actually eating those foods when the time comes. It's one thing to cook it, but it's another thing to actually eat and do it. So on today's episode, I am giving you my freaking incredible easy grocery shopping and meal prep method that is going to change the game for you. I'm literally reading this to you directly out of my nutrition guide for my clients. So grab a pen and your jug of water because this shit is about to get real. I'm going to walk you guys through the exact process from start to finish, what you should be doing at the start of every single week. But let's first start with what you need. You really don't need much to meal prep, but I have about 2 non-negotiables that I use every single week, which is a food scale, which I use multiple times a day, every single day, and glass meal prepping containers, as well as some utensils, which I will give you some tips on as well. But I have done the trial and error for you so that you don't have to. I went ahead and linked everything, all of my faves in the episode notes. I even went ahead and linked some of my favorite utensils and the protein powders and ready to drink protein shakes that I love, because we need to be set up for success, people. So the things that I really want you to invest in are a food scale. So tablespoons and measuring cups, they're just not accurate. Food scales ensure accuracy and teach you proper serving sizes. One of the reasons why we track our macros and hit our macros is so that we can learn the amount of food that our body needs, our serving sizes for our specific body and goals. It is very possible to go over in 200 calories from dressing alone. And I can bet you right now that that tablespoon of peanut butter that you're eating right out of the jar is almost double the serving size. So please take the extra time to weigh your food at home. It can make or break your results. This will also help you track when dining out, so you'll know what 4 ounces of chicken looks like and so on. As for meal prep containers, I take this shit seriously. You guys, I don't even have a microwave because that's how much plastic containers have freaked me out, or microwaving alone, but that's a whole other conversation. So I know we always want the cheapest option, but I want you to look at things you purchase for your health journey as an investment. Your health is the number one most important thing in your life. So why are we still buying cheap things for it? So these containers are likely something you are going to be using every single day, like multiple times a day. So why buy the cheap version that's just going to break, or even worse, have BPA in them? A good tip I have for you guys, not the best tip, but an okay tip: when buying containers, check the recycling when buying plastic containers. Check the recycling symbol on the bottom. You want to avoid the ones that have the number 1, 3, 6, and 7 on them. I'm laughing because I'm holding up my fingers and I ran out of room on one hand to do 6 and 7. And you want to buy the ones with 2, 4, and 5 on them. So regardless, I still will not heat things up in plastic. Plastic in general is not the safest option because chemicals from the container can seep into the food and we don't want that. So if you're bringing food to work and reheat it in the container or even at home, I 100,000% recommend getting the glass containers. A container that is microwave safe will have the microwave label on it. Again, I did the research so you don't have to. All linked in the notes. And of course, I only link the ones that are on Amazon Prime because we don't got time to waste. You guys, have you seen like that Amazon or use that Amazon same day? I ordered a pair of leather pants at 9 a.m. and I got them at 10:30. Wow. Anyway, I put my favorite brands on there as well. And I even I did some research on a salad container that has like a whole fun bunch of compartments. So check it out. The whole list is there for you guys. So now that that's done, remember this, just like anything on your journey, on your health and fitness journey, this will take time to create a routine that works for you. So be patient and open minded in the process. You may be frustrated in the beginning, but I can guarantee you that you are overthinking it because meal prepping is as simple as cooking some rice, throwing some asparagus in the oven, and cooking up some ground turkey. It's that simple. And then throwing on like a fun dressing so to spice it up a little bit. So, this is it. I suggest blocking out 2 to 4 hours for this entire process, more the first time you do it. So, if this is your first time doing it, let's say you're going to start this process at 12 o'clock, plan to do it until at least 4 o'clock so that you don't feel rushed and that you have a full window to get this whole thing done because we're going to be going to the grocery store and cooking the food in this process. I just want you guys to vibe it out and get it the F done. Have fun with it, put some music on, just make it a whole ass vibe. So before going to the store, this part is crucial. You're going to make a grocery list, but there is a method to my madness. Here is my favorite way to do this. This is a method that I brag about. You're going to create your meals around your protein. Why? Because protein is the most important. And I've explained it a million times. Just believe me, protein is the most important. So, first, choose your proteins. You're going to write down on this piece of paper breakfast, lunch, dinner, then dinner again, and then snacks. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, dinner, snacks. This is just my method. You can tweak it. So I suggest choosing one protein for breakfast that you're going to eat every single day, one protein for lunch that you're at least going to eat Monday through Friday, and two proteins for dinners because we're going to split dinners up into Monday through Wednesday or Sunday through Tuesday and Wednesday through Friday. 6 days out of the week, I want dinner prepped. If you want more variety of dinners, then right, dinner 1, dinner 2, dinner 3, but you should at least be eating it 2 nights in a row because you're going to be able to prep and hold yourself more accountable to your goals that way. Planning ahead is what you need. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Before you say you don't want to eat the same thing every day, that's got to change. That is holding you back, and that is a limiting mindset belief. Why can't you eat the same thing every day? So you'll need to buy more of the breakfast and lunch proteins and less for the dinners, of course, depending on how many people you're making it for, if it's just for you, if it's for you and your partner, if it's for you and your family. For example, I know that I always eat about 6 ounces of protein. My boyfriend eats about 10 ounces of protein. And that right there is 1 container of ground turkey. A container is 1 pound. That's 16 ounces. So I know 1 container is going to feed us for 1 meal. Yeah, we eat a lot of protein, but this is just something that you have to adjust to. That 1 container of protein, which is what, $5.99 for that thing of ground turkey, depending on which one you buy, is way cheaper than $50 at a restaurant, which is honestly our bare minimum. We go to the diner on a freaking Saturday and it ends up being $60. I don't know why, probably because he gets 5 eggs, but I have no idea. Okay, anyway, we're losing track, Rachel. So, the goal is that breakfast and lunch will last every day even on the weekends. And dinner, you can split into 2 to 3 meals. And yes, you can eat the same dinner multiple times, like I already said. So, we're going to create your meals around your protein. Now that you know your protein, let's start with breakfast, for example. I choose egg whites for breakfast. Now, you need to choose a carb and a fat to go with this. So, now you're going to write out another line and you're going to write carbs and you're going to put breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. We'll get to snacks at the end. So, for example, if you want egg whites for breakfast, you can choose Dave's Killer Bread and spinach for your carb. Actually, no, you're going to write out 2 columns because I always forget to add this. You're going to write out carbs, veggies, and fats. Can't forget those micronutrients, babes. So, anyway, you're going to write out Dave's Killer Bread in the carb for breakfast section. Then you're going to write out spinach in your veggie for breakfast section. And then even so, when we get down to the fat column, you're going to write out avocado in your fats for breakfast section. Sometimes your meat may have a little bit of fat in it. Like if you get the 93% ground turkey, that's got some fat in it. I'll usually just leave that as my fat for my lunch option if that's what it is. You get what I'm saying. And then the same thing for lunch. If you want, let's use a salad, for example. If you want a salad, your protein is chicken. You're going to buy chicken breast. You're going to come home. You're going to grill it. We'll get to the cooking part in a second. What's your base? You want uh, iceberg as your base. Then we also want tomatoes, carrots, and green beans. I don't know, I'm making it up in the salad. So you're going to write that in your veggies. If you don't have a main carb, then that's okay. If you want to save the carb for later, or you can put like a sweet potato in it, or maybe you want like a side of chips, something like that. Okay, so for snacks, the fun part. Do you like to eat 3 large meals or have 3 smaller meals and a few snacks? Either way, your snack should be packed with the macro you have the hardest time hitting. So if you struggle hitting protein, you should have a protein shake as your snack. So now once that's all through, you go back and circle back to what you feel like you're lacking. So for example, if you had salads for lunch, you're probably going to need more carbs later in the day. Maybe you have the salad at 12 o'clock, then at 3 o'clock, you have a piece of fruit and a protein shake. Get what I'm saying? Um, and then dinner can be whatever you want. Like I like to do, if I want like fish, I'll get like salmon and cook that for the first half of the week because that you don't really want sitting in your fridge until Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, I will cook for the second half of the week. And another tip, like if you don't like your food cooked on Sunday for Friday, then Thursday, you should be meal prepping for Thursday through Sunday. You might need to do 2 meal preps in a week. So as soon as you get home from the store, actually, no, rewind. So as soon as you're done making this grocery list, you're going to grab your purse, you're going to grab your Stanley cup. That's me drinking from mine. You're going to start your car, get it all nice and warm before or cool because hopefully by the time this episode publishes, it's going to be a little warm out. And your cute sunglasses and maybe your ear pods so you can like pop on another one of my podcasts and listen to it while you shop the grocery store. And you're going to get your ass in the car and you're going to go there. You're going to do your shopping. I always recommend staying outside the aisles, staying around the border. That's where all the cleanest foods are going to be. But like you've got your list, so you're prepped, you know exactly where to go. And we have it categorized by section. So you know, like if you need to hit the rice aisle for some rice and so on. And because I love you guys so much, I'm even attaching in the episode notes my uh, meal prep method sheets that I give to my clients, as well as my macro cheat sheet, as well as my grocery shopping suggestion list, because I want to help you guys out. I want to see you succeed. So, anyway, um, you did that. You grocery shop. You bought what you need to do. Now we get back in the car. We keep sipping on our water. We keep listening to my podcast or whatever kind of whatever you want to listen to that is going to hype you up because this is where we get shit done. As soon as you get home from the store, you are not putting that food away. You are going to be meal prepping everything right away, hence the 4-hour window I wanted you to give yourself. If you don't want to cook the dinners, that's fine. And maybe if breakfast isn't something preppable like eggs, that's okay. But lunches for the week right away, as well as snacks. And if breakfast needs to be prepped, you are also prepping that. Oh, and in addition, you're going to clean and chop all your fruits and veggies and put them in containers so they are ready to go for when they need to be cooked. Um, Preppable breakfasts, just to give you an example, are like overnight oats, maybe even putting like the smoothie ingredients into the blender the night before, obviously without the liquid. Um, Egg bites, those are some things that I definitely would suggest meal prepping beforehand. And now that's it, guys. You cook it all, and bada bing, bada boom, you are done. I literally have a 30-minute meal prep method, which is I start the oven, preheat it to 350, take a pot of water, get that boiling. I will chop up my some green beans, put that in the oven. Once the boiling water starts, I put rice into it. I'll even do like those ready pack rice, which like I don't love, but like the ones that come like already sectioned off, in that little plastic thing, which whatever I don't love, but I'll throw that in, and then I will preheat a pan and cook 2 pounds of ground turkey, and it literally takes me 30 minutes. Like if you're in a rush or in a pinch of time. I As for like making food taste good, like garlic salt is going to be your best friend. Like I said, I love some sauces. Ooh, maybe I'll even link some sauces in it for you guys. Let me leave that note here for myself so I don't forget. Um, I got the hookup on some sauces. I'll Amazon link them for you guys as well. And let's go over some tips. So now that everything is prepped, I absolutely suggest scanning it into MyFitnessPal and tracking out your entire day. So if you're doing this on Sunday, right away you're going to track your breakfast for Monday, and then you're going to eat that every day. So you're going to copy and paste it to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I eat the same exact breakfast Monday through Sunday. It holds me accountable. It gives my body the consistency it needs to thrive. Lunch, you're going to scan it in, track it. If you're eating lunch, the same lunch Monday through Friday, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Dinner, you know what your dinners are, so track it. Even if you don't want to scan it in, put it in as a placeholder. Let's say maybe you're going out for dinner Wednesday night, you're not exactly sure what you're getting. Copy the meal you normally have so you know that when you go out, you want to mimic those macros. And then same thing, your snacks, scan it in, copy and paste it. Guys, eat the same thing every day. Don't overcomplicate it. Just another example, if you eat breakfast at 7 a.m. and lunch at 1 o'clock, you should be having some kind of snack to fill in the gaps. This also keeps your body moving and grooving, getting lots of energy. And without without food, without energy, your metabolism has nothing to burn to create energy. So again, if you struggle to hit protein, then your snack should be some kind of protein related. I already told you, invest in some good microwave safe Tupperware. I linked it all for you. And when prepping and cooking food in bulk, splitting food is simple. Like if you want to cook like an entire container of or 2 containers of ground turkey at once, all you have to do is like, if you want 8 servings out of that container, you weigh it all when you're done, and you just divide it by 8, and then you just keep that number, like, in a note or take a picture of it written down or just enter it into MyFitnessPal and copy and paste it. Let's see. And just a reminder, guys, tracking food by weight, raw versus cooked, is absolutely different. 8 ounces of raw chicken is going to shrink down about 25% to 6 ounces of chicken. 16 ounces of raw meat is going to shrink down about 25% to 12 ounces of cooked meat. An 8 ounce raw potato is going to shrink down about 25% to a 6 ounce potato. 2 ounces of raw pasta, which is the serving size, is going to double it, almost over doubles in size to 4.5 ounces of cooked pasta. Brown rice, which is different than white rice, I don't know why. 2 ounces of raw brown rice equals 4 ounces of cooked rice. 2 ounces of raw white rice equals 6 ounces of cooked rice. I don't know, man. Don't get me started. And that's it, guys. That is a rundown of my meal prepping. Again, I linked everything for you and did the research so you don't have to. I've been doing this for years on end. I know what's good. I know what is going to support you in your journey. Oh my God. One more thing that I linked for you guys that I think you're going to absolutely love. When you're cooking ground turkey and you're just like pounding to get it chopped up, my mom bought me for Hanukkah a ground turkey chopper. So I went ahead and put that in there too. And it doesn't matter what you have. Like, you don't need utensils, you don't need a food scale. You just need to be determined to show the fuck up for yourself every single day. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this episode. Any questions, you know where to find me, and go have some fucking fun meal prepping. You are creating the life you love, the life you want to live. Take your time with it, tailor it specifically how you want it to be. That's it. Thank you so much for listening. If you learned something in this episode, please share it with a friend. Share it to your Instagram story and tag me in it. Leave a 5-star review and a comment, a like written review would be so helpful so that I know that you guys are loving these episodes and I can continue to make them to help you learn and prosper on your journey. Okay, that's a wrap. Have a good day, guys. Goodbye.